Good afternoon, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, if you could state your full name and date of birth.
Marjorie Francis Delgado.
Ma'am, so you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. That's a Class 3 felony with the offense date of yesterday, July 23rd. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed here to represent you. You do currently have a status conference set on July 30 with that preliminary hearing August 1st, both at 8:30 a.m. That's going to be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix.
Okay.
Based on the nature of the offense, which does involve the brandishing and threatening use of a dangerous instrument, that being a knife in this case, I am setting a bond here. You do have a $10,000 secured appearance bond. If you post bond and you are released from custody, it would be subject to the supervision of pretrial services. You're also going to have orders that you are not to return to the scene of the offense, you're not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and not to possess any weapons while on release. So it is my understanding you were previously residing there. That does mean you would need to find an alternate residence and provide that information to pretrial services. I did put in your release order that you are permitted to do a civil standby, and if you need to obtain any personal items that are at that house. That's done by contacting local law enforcement in order to schedule it, and they'll help you out with that. I do also need to warn you that a violation of a no victim contact order, that's what you have at this point, that could constitute aggravated harassment. That's a Class 6 felony. If you come in here on a new felony offense while being on felony release, you would be non-bondable at that point. All right?
I don't understand, Honor.
What do you need me to review?
A felony release, what do you mean?
What I just said is if you violate your order to not contact the victim.
Okay, I understand
I've ordered you no victim contact, right?
Okay, right.
Okay, if you violate that, you could potentially be charged with aggravated harassment. That's another felony offense, okay? When you come in here on a new felony offense while being on felony release in another matter, you're non-bondable. So I'm just giving you that warning before anything happens, okay?
I understand.
All right. Any other questions, though?
I'm hooked up with CBI. I've been clean for 8 years. I'm in the process of right now. The only reason I went to that address is because I'm in the process of getting an apartment and was waiting for the inspection. Me and my niece were not getting along, but I had nowhere else to go, Your Honor, and I didn't want to go to the streets. And she did this, to put me back on the streets. Because if I stay in jail, I lose everything. I lose CBI, I lose my voucher, everything. I got off the streets 15 years. CBI took me off the streets when I was out there for 15 years. Got me a voucher, and I've been doing great with CBI. I've been so clean. I've been clean for 8 years. I was just waiting to get the inspection to get my apartment, and it just didn't happen fast enough.
Based on the nature of the offense that you're here for, which is considered a violent offense in nature, you are going to have a bond here today. You're not going to be released.
Okay.
I actually did consider that your history that you have is all very dated, so I didn't take that into account, so I'm only considering the offense that you're here for today and setting that bond amount. But it's not going to be lowered here today.
So, Your Honor, so if I don't have the $10,000 to pay, how much time am I going to do in jail?
So if you're unable to post the bond, then you would remain in custody, at least until that next court date. That's going to be on July 30th. That's when you're going to go in front of your next judge. That will be in the case. You'll also have an opportunity to talk to your attorney, and they'll likely be able to give you some additional information regarding that. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. All right. So we have Colin James and then Alexander Finney up after that.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
All right. Afternoon, sir. If you could state your full name and date of birth.
Colin James, November.
Thank you, sir. So you are here on an out-of-county warrant. This is for a probation violation warrant that was issued out of the Coconino County Superior Court. Oh, hold on one matter.
When was that warrant issued?
I'll look it up for you. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I was here the last couple of days, and I was told about it, so yeah.
It looks like it was issued when you were brought in here, so it might be a Term 1 violation since you were brought in on new felony charges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in this matter, they have set an arraignment hearing for you. That's going to be on July 29 at 8:30 a.m., and that'll be at the Coconino County Superior Court. This is an out-of-county warrant, so the bond in their warrant has been affirmed. That's a $10,000 secured appearance bond. You have another case here that I see that you just came in on, okay?
Yeah.
And I know you have a bond in that matter as well that's holding you in custody.
75.
So, yeah, so I'm just giving you a warning that even though I gave you that July 29th date, it's very possible that that date could change because you might have to go in for your Maricopa County case before you're extradited back out to Coconino.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure if that's going to happen, but it could. So I just want to give you a heads up, okay?
Alrighty.
All right. Any questions, though, regarding this matter that you're here for?
Well, I got 2 court dates coming up for Maricopa, which is on the 26th and the 30th, and you said I got one for Maricopa County is on the 29th, huh?
So the 29th one that I just gave you, that's out of Coconino County.
So wasn't they got 7 days to come and pick me up?
So you have a Maricopa County hold.
Yeah.
No, that's not correct. But you
Yeah.
have a Maricopa County hold anyway.
Yeah.
Okay? As long as you've got that Maricopa County hold, they don't have to come pick you up. They might say, okay, we're going to have you do your Maricopa County case first, and then we'll bring
Afterwards.
you out to Coconino.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions?
Well, I just got paid today, and is it possible if my wife comes and picks up my property? Yeah.
Talk to the officers in the back. They'll be able to let you know what you need to do in order to allow someone else to come pick up any of your property.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so we've got Alexander Finney and then Philip Camus will be up next. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Alexander Brent Finney,
Thank you, sir. You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. This is alleging 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, which is a Class 4 felony. 1 count of aggravated assault involving an officer, that's a Class 5 felony. 1 count of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, also a Class 6 felony, has an offense date of yesterday, July 23rd. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you. You currently have a status conference set on July 30 at 8:30 a.m. with the preliminary hearing August 1st at 8:30. Those are going to be at the downtown Phoenix Superior Court. You'll get the address in your paperwork. So in this matter, I did receive a written recommendation from the state requesting a $25,000 secured appearance bond based on the nature of the offense that you're here for and the fact that you're currently on supervised probation. It looks like you were just sentenced fairly recently since it was in 2024. I do believe a bond is appropriate. I'm going to do a $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you do post bond and you are released from custody, you're also going to be ordered not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, witness, or co-defendant if there is one, and you're not to possess any weapons while on release. Because you're on probation, you do need to contact probation within 72 hours from your release from custody, okay? Any questions regarding that?
so that $5,000 makes it a $500?
So it's a secured appearance bond, so you are able to work with a bonding agency, if that's what you're asking, which is typically a percentage with security. As far as what they would require, though, you'd have to talk to them. Okay? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got Philip Camus, and then Joshua Mariscal is going to be up next. All right, sir, if you could state your full name and date of birth.
Philip Mike Camus, February.
All right, thank you, sir. So you are here on an out-of-county warrant. This is a warrant that was issued out of the Pinal County Superior Court. So in this matter, they've set an arraignment hearing for you on July 29 at 8:30 a.m. That's at the Pinal County Superior Court. The address will be included in your paperwork. It is an out-of-county warrant, so I have affirmed their warrant, or the bond in their warrant. That's going to be a $5,000 secured appearance bond. They were notified. They did indicate that that warrant was both still valid and extraditable on their end. So if you're unable to post the bond prior to your court date and prior to being transported out to Pinal County, they do need to come here in order to transport you back to that county in order to attend your court date. If you are able to post bond prior to being transported, you do still need to attend your court date out there. So just make sure to contact them to verify your hearing details.
Okay.
All right.
So
Any questions? Go ahead.
So I'll be held in custody right here until the 29th?
Not until the 29th, it's until Pinal County comes to pick you up. I think they have regular pickups. I'm not sure exactly what their schedule is, but it would be when they come and transport you out there, because your actual court date right now is set on the 29th.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, if you want to step over, we'll get your paperwork. All right, so we've got Joshua Mariscal, and then Jorge Lopez will be up after that. All right, so your full name and date of birth?
Joshua Mariscal.
Did you say when? Okay, so you've got 4 separate cases that we have here on the calendar. I'm going to start with the new matter you were just brought in on. This is for a new case that'll be out of Superior Court. The charges are 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of prescription drug possession, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Now, in this matter, the public defender has been appointed to represent you. Your court dates are a status conference July 30 and a preliminary hearing August 1st, both at 8:30 a.m. Those are going to be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. So in this case, because you do have some other holds here, because you've got 3 other warrants here that we're going to address in a minute, I've done a placeholder bond in this matter, so that's going to be a $50 placeholder bond, okay? Your next 2 cases, these are your probation cases. So in both of your probation matters, there was a petition to revoke filed that alleges a violation of terms 3 and 5 of your probation terms. The public defender's been appointed there. You have a revocation arraignment hearing set on July 31st at 8:30, still at the downtown Phoenix Superior Court. The bond in each of those warrants has been affirmed. Each of those has a $100 secured appearance bond. So right now with the first 3, you're up to $250. Now, your 4th matter here, this is out of the Globe Justice Court. So this is an out-of-county warrant, okay? This is for their case number CM 2022-504. It looks like it's a pre-adjudication warrant issued out of that court. An arraignment hearing has been set out there on July 29 at 8:30 at the Globe Justice Court. Because it is an out-of-county and pre-adjudication warrant, I am affirming the bond that's in their warrant. That's a $932 secured appearance bond. In this matter, because I did set a bond in this case, I did appoint counsel to represent you out of an abundance of caution as required pursuant to Rule 6.1, but that would be addressed at the Globe Justice Court. Now, I did just give you that court date of July 29 for the Globe Justice Court, but since you've got some Maricopa County dates coming up here, it is very possible and even likely that that date will change, okay? So I'll have you attend your Maricopa case first, okay? Any questions regarding any of those? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got Mr. Lopez, and then Michael Buck is going to be up next. All right, so if you could state your full name and date of birth.
Jorge Alberto Lopez Jr.
So you are here for 2 separate matters. They're both probation violation warrants that have been issued. In each of your probation matters, there is a petition to revoke filed that alleges a violation of terms 3, 5, and 15 of your probation terms. So the public defender has been appointed in both matters, and you have a revocation arraignment hearing set on July 31st at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. The bond in each warrant has been affirmed at this time. So the first one's a $750 secured appearance bond. The next one is $1,500. So it's $2,250 total for both matters. Since you're on IPS for that level of supervision, you do need to contact probation within 24 hours of your release from any facility. So if you do post bond and you are released from custody. Any questions regarding either case here? All right, thank you, sir. All right, so we have Michael Buck, and then Julia Burke will be up next. All right, Mr. Buck, if you could state your full name and date of birth.
Michael Paul Buck, 420.
Thank you, sir. So you've got 2 separate matters here as well, and both of your cases are also probation violation warrants that were issued, and these are for petitions to revoke filed alleging a violation of terms 3, 5, and 15. The public defender has been appointed to represent you, and that revocation arraignment hearing is going to be set on July 31st at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. You'll get the address in your paperwork. The bond in each warrant has been affirmed. The first one is a $1,000 secured appearance bond. Second is $500, so it's $1,500 total for both. These are secured. You are able to work with a bail bonding company in order to post those amounts. If you do post bond and are released from custody, you're still on probation, and since you've got intensive probation as your current status, you do need to contact probation within 24 hours of your release. All right.
Okay.
Any questions about that?
No.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, we have Julia Burke and then John Ortiz up next. All right, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Julia Burke, 14.
So you've got two separate cases here today. Both of yours are probation violation warrants. In each matter, the petition to revoke filed alleges a violation of terms 1, 3, 5, and 15 of your probation terms. Public defender has been appointed to represent you. You do currently have a revocation arraignment hearing set on July 31st at 8:30 a.m. That's going to be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. So in each matter, the bond and the warrant's been affirmed. The first is a $250 secured appearance bond. Second is $350 secured appearance bond. So it's $600 total for both. If you do post bond and are released from custody, you're still on supervised probation. You do still need to abide by all terms. That does include contacting probation within 72 hours of your release from any facility.
Okay.
Any questions regarding that?
Well, I have cash. I have cash on me right now. It's in my card. Can I buy myself out?
So you can talk to the officers in the back about how you can post it. It sounds like that might be within your property, though.
Yeah.
And so that might be the case that you have to release that property to someone else
Okay.
and have them follow up. But ask the officers in the back. They'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.